Okay, hello, my name is Jeanette Piraneke. Today I will present my topic, Development of Writing Comprehension, Skills in Young Learners at A2 level. In this presentation, I will explain the importance of writing in EFL writing learning, the methodologies used to teach writing, and an example of a classroom activity for A2 learners. What is the rationale for choosing reading and A2 level? I chose reading because it is a key perceptive skills in language learning. Reading helps students develop vocabulary, improve their understanding of grammar, and strengthen their critical thinking. I decided to work with A2 learnings because this level represents an important transition at the stage students move from basic decoding of words to reading comprehension of short text. They also begin to read more independently. To teach reading effectively, I will explore different methodologies, such as the communicate approach, tag-based learning, and explicit reading strategy instruction. Okay, what is reading in EFL? Reading is a receptive skill that allows learners to understand, interpret, and construct meaning from written text. Reading is not only about decoding words, it also involves several important skills such as identifying the main idea, recognizing key details, making inferences, and connecting with pure knowledge. These skills help students understand the text more effectively. Importance of writing in language learning. Writing is very important in language learning because it expands vocabulary in context, improves grammatical understanding, develop critical thinking, provide meaningful linguistic inputs, support academic success, and promote learning autonomy. When students read frequently, they are supposed to authentic language and improve their overall language competence. Now, approaches to teach reading. There are different approaches that can be used to teach writing effectively. For example, the communicate approach, which focus on meaningful communication. Text-based learning (TBL), where students learn through tasks that simulate real-life situations. Explicit strategy instructions, where teachers teach students how to use reading strategies. In addition, teachers can use extensive reading, which encourage students to read longer texts from general understanding, and intensive reading, which focus on detailed analysis of shorter text. This approach helps students develop purposeful and meaningful reading skills. Now, principles for teaching and reading. Effective reading instructions should follow some important principles. First, reading must always have a clear support. Second, teachers should active students' peer knowledge before reading. Third, students should first understand the general idea of the text and then focus on details. Another important principle is that writing strategies should be tracked explicitly. Finally, the text used in class must be appropriate for the student's language level. Teaching sequence. Reading lessons usually follow three main stages. The first stage is pre-reading. In the stage, the teacher activates students' pure knowledge, introduces key vocabulary, and asks students to make predictions about the text. The second stage is while reading. During this stage, students read the text and use strategies such as skimming to identify the general idea and, and scanning to find specific information. The teachers may also ask comprehension questions. The final stage is post-reading. Here, students reflect on the text through discussions, writing response, or create activities. This sequence helps students understand the text step by step. Okay, example of reading activity for A2 learnings. Now I will present an example of a reading activity for A2 studies. The activity is Cat, my favorite with activity. Students read a short paragraph about that a child does during the weekend. The text says, on Saturday, I go to the park with my family. We ride our bikes and eat ice cream. On Saturday, I watch a movie and do my homework. In the pre-reading stage, the teacher shows pictures of weekend activities such as going to the park, riding a bike, or watching a movie. Students look at the picture and predict what the text will be about. In the while reading stage, students read the text and answer simple questions like, where does the child go on Saturday? Or what does the child do on Sunday? In the post-reading stage, students talk about their own weekend activities or write three short sentences describing that they usually do on the weekend. This activity helps students practice identifying the main idea and specific details while also connecting the text with the personal experience. So, now, common challenges in writing. Teachers may face some challenges when teaching writing. Some common difficulties include limited vocabulary, low instant motivation, expenses, translations, and difficulty identifying the main idea. These challenges can affect students' comprehension. Solutions and strategies. To address these challenges, teachers can use different strategies. For example, teachers can teach students how to interpret meaning from context. They can also use interesting and age-appropriate text to increase motivation. Another strategy is modeling how to identify the main idea of a text. Teachings can also encourage pair work where students support each other during reading activities. And finally, promoting frequent reading practice helps students improve their comprehension skills. A2 level according to the CEFR, according to the Council of Europe, and A2 reading student. Okay, can understand short and simple text, can local specific information in every materials, and can understand simple description of people and events. Can do a segment A2 level. I can understand short and simple messages. I can identify the main idea of a short text. Other, I can find a specific information in advertisements. I can understand simple descriptions of people and place. Okay, conclusion. In conclusion, teaching reading at the A2 level should be structured, strategy, and meaningful. Effective instruction requires clear principles and organized reading sequence and motivating classroom activities. When these elements are applied correctly, reading becomes a meaningful tool that promotes language development and learning autonomy. So that's all. Thank you so much for your attention.